You were horny, huh? So, why? Especially for my first video on this platform. Honestly, I was scrolling to Pinterest and for like certain art ideas when let's just say I no longer feel comfortable opening Pinterest in public. But if you really think about it, it will help me learn more about autonomy as I develop art skill. Who am I kidding? Horniness equals profits. So this being YouTube, I obviously can't show the profit area. So we're gonna have to get creative with the censorship. Oh, I forgot to mention that we'll be mainly focusing on the male autonomy. Why? Because it's easier, that's why. Using some guides saved from Pinterest, we're going to start off with mostly mild poses, giving you perverts a tease of what's coming in this video. God, I'm going to regret this video in the future. Starting off, we'll begin drawing simple shapes to reflect the body parts of the pose. This is the pose, kind of mild, honestly, a little bit perverted depending on your background, but yeah. Start off with drawing the head, and basically continue down to like a very thick neck. I know the quality of the video isn't really that good per se, but it's the best I could do to angle the camera in the right way. In this portion of the video, I started to develop the hand, which honestly, now that I'm looking at it, it looks a little bit too crooked. It doesn't even look like it's holding anything. And honestly, compared to the other ones, this is like my worst one out of 3. So for this video, I had a plan that we were basically gonna do 3 different poses. The more, I don't want to say spicy. Yes, you know, the more creative we're gonna have to get, you know. And honestly, from the arm itself, that kind of looks like a snake's tail. But anyway. I'm going to draw him with basically holding up part of his shirt, basically revealing his abs in the process, while also getting to draw his arm that kind of looks like a snake's tail. I am very bad at this. When it came to the actual profit area itself, I got a little bit confused because I sort of resulted in the chest looking like more like squarish than I wanted to, and the abs themselves, it kind of look more like just like lines, you know. Like, depends on the drawings, and sometimes depends on the media you actually like create them in. It can kind of look like something else, and this being the case, because although you can't see it, I'm actually using a guide like on the other side of the screen. And honestly, like the area between the legs, it also doesn't really match with like the whole style. And from this certain angle, it looks like perfectly normal, but like when it's like finally revealed, it looks like I did the like abs a little bit too long. He has like the top area is longer. I think I can resolve this by like making like longer legs, but even that, it kind of doesn't really look human. Kind of looks like Bigfoot in like some sort of way. And looking at it now through the finished progress, the hair kind of also looks a little bit messy, and the eyes kind of seem unnatural. Honestly, it kind of looks like he's mewing, and that wasn't even like the plan. The fingers, and it's just an overall bad design. So, would I sell this one? Not really. If I were to sell it, maybe 50 cents, and that's like begging. Honestly, it's trash. I'm gonna regret it in the future, but hey, at least I can do better than this. Scaling it from 1 to 10, I'll give it like a 3 out of 10 because at least I'm sort of proud of like the structure of the head itself, but everything else is kind of shit. For the second one, it was actually gonna look a little bit more different. Let's just say it was gonna look like a guy was enjoying himself. I don't really know how to like censor this thing. But honestly, as I began to like draw the guide, it didn't look right. Especially when I first started off with the head. Like for the head, I am really proud of it. Although it kind of does look like that sort of like head you would mostly like see in designs like ancient Greek pottery or something. I'm actually kind of more proud of it, except for the eye. I think that the eye is the one that makes it look like that. But yeah, what I struggled mostly is like starting off from like the chest area, because it kind of looked a little bit too rounded. It still looked kind of squarish, which I know was technically the issue in the first drawing, but I don't know, like I found this like guide on Pinterest where it kind of looks like it's actually like defined muscle compared to like overbearing chest, and it was kind of resulting into that way. And not to mention that like the drawing I was using, it didn't really have like a guide when it comes to actually drawing the abs, so I found this other one which technically also inspired the actual design with like the head and the hair. So both of them kind of helped on this one, but for censorship I just decided to add a towel, you know. I could have drawn the area, but honestly, if I wanted to post this video, I don't want to get banned on my first video. So I did struggle a lot with the abs, and I don't know, for that certain pose, it kind of reminded me like, hey, maybe this is like an ancient Roman or an ancient Greek, so because of like the head structure and all. So maybe I'll just like draw them like sitting like in an area with a towel or something. The facial expression looks a little bit too anxious, if you know what I mean, so I kind of decided to add like sweat drops, which you can kind of see in the head overall, like yeah, those are like droplets of sweat, but in the body it kind of doesn't really match, because it looks more like actual details you would add to like the muscles to like define them in the drawing. So they didn't really match there, but if you see them from the head to like the body, you can kind of make sense of it. And finally, like this structure where like the guy is laying it, I don't know, it just kind of looked weird if I just left him like floating there. Now that I'm realizing this also, I should have like drawn it like more back, you know what I mean? But honestly, I'm more proud of this one, you know? It took me a lot longer, which kind of makes sense. But like, it was kind of more worth it. Like, I would actually sell this one. Maybe like around like $10 or something. Like, I know when selling art, you're supposed to like add like the amount of time you like did it along with like the materials and all. But I don't know. I feel like if somebody would seen this one, I don't think it's gonna be worth like $40. So I'll say like 10, maybe 15 at best, because it's not even showing like the good area somebody would buy it for, you know? Honestly, I'm more proud of this one. I don't know whether to feel proud of myself or shame, because this one was my favorite one, and especially I like how it turned out. Like, I used it in the thumbnail, and it's probably the reason you clicked on this video in the first place, because it's that good. I am very proud of it. And yeah, I decided to like, you know what, I'm not gonna be able to show like the area people would pay these types of drawings for, so maybe if I did some sort of like kinky thing, it would probably sell. Honestly, I will sell this for like $20 or 40 even. Like, it's a really good drawing. Again, I started off with the head and sort of developed the muscles this time. The overall structure of this pose is like there's like this muscle man trying to like adjust his bunny suit. Oh god. No, I can't. I'm proud of it, but like honestly, as I'm describing it, I feel a little bit of shame. I feel, because I'm proud of it, I feel shame. But yeah, it's supposedly this man like adjusting his like bunny suit and everything. Overall, I did have a little bit of trouble, like, on, like, the left arm, sort of, like, he's adjusting, like, the chest area of his, like, suit. But I was able to, like, fix that really quick. Honestly, I have no words. Like, I didn't even know I had this ability, since, especially, once again, I am using a guide, like, from the other side. Like, you can't see it on, like, the video, but, like, from this cable right here, there's my computer, and I'm using these sort of guides. But honestly, I feel like I'm more proud of like the overall structure of the muscles as well. Like, I thought I was gonna have like a little bit of trouble with like the bottom groin area, especially like it kind of looks like a diaper, but overall it turned out really good. And like the face structure though, like the face structure, again, it wasn't my intention, but it kind of looks like it's mewing, but also it kind of reminds me of like the Superman like head structure, you know, especially like with the eyebrows and like the eyes itself. I could actually work on a little bit better on the ears because it kind of looks a little bit weird, but I don't know. I feel like the bunny ears on top kind of distract you from that. And something that I kind of realized throughout this like video is that I'm kind of really good at drawing hair. I don't know, like, I was just doodling it. For this one, I wasn't even using guides or everything. I just decided, you know what, there's a straight of hair right here or over there. And overall, it turned out really well. Like, for all of these, yes, even the one that kind of looks like a monster, but yeah. Overall, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I would buy this. Well, I wouldn't buy this. You know what I'm saying, you know? You know what I'm saying. And for the other one, I forgot to rate it. I'll rate it like an 8 out of 10. There's some things I could improve, especially on the facial expression and the sweat. Maybe a little bit on the hair as well, but overall it's also a nice drawing. So, what did I learn? Well, I learned that now I can draw muscles, especially like little details to make it more tough. I learned that I could also draw like some sort of like hair design without actually using a guide, especially compared to like the OC I'm using. It's like a different type of way I actually drew the hair. And that basically, if I draw a naked man on the internet, a lot of people will watch it. Is it a weird topic, especially for like my first video? Yes. Am I over dramatic because I didn't like show the actual areas people would pay for? Yeah. But as artists, you know how like when you carry your sketchbook and like people want to see it? Now I have to like especially take care of it because of these drawings. And they're not the only one. I have like other drawings of like muscles and everything, and let's just say I'm gonna regret this video in the future.